LUMOS maxima. Wait a minute, that was not magic. This was how I actually did it. Hey Siri, LUMOS maxima.
Set the LUMOS maxima scene in your min room home.
Yes, please. Welcome back, Mindy here. Let me show you just how to turn your lights on with LUMOS maxima, or basically any command you want. I'm going to show you how to do this in just 3 steps. What you need minimally is a smart light and a smartphone. I'm using the iPhone 13 Pro and the Philips Hue lights for this. First thing we gotta do is to set the lights up. Step 2 is to install the Philips Hue app so that we can connect it to the light bulbs. I'll be going through the basic setup for the Philips Hue app, but for those of you who already know this, you can just skip to this timestamp. Okay, let's get started. Read through the terms and conditions if you want, and yes, privacy. So for me, this is super important, especially because I love smart homes. I want to make sure that everything I do here, everything that I have is kept private and not sold to some big corporation, billionaire or millionaire who's going to use my data to create some kind of smart AI stuff and destroy our future. You know what I mean? Okay, back to this. Select to customize your app. I'm saying no to marketing emails, but you can change them in the settings later if you want to receive it. Next, it's asking us what kind of system we'd like to set up. Nowadays, Philips Hue also offers Bluetooth bulbs that don't rely on the Hue bridge. They come standalone, so they're cheaper. You can choose according to the bulb that you bought. For me, I bought the bulb that is reliant on the Hue bridge, so I will be selecting this. And now they're asking me to connect to my Hue bridge. First, make sure your bridge is powered up and connected to your router. Then click search and it will ask you to press the center button to connect, and we're going to do just that. Once we've connected this app to the Hue bridge, it'll automatically detect all the smart lights that you've installed or set up. And because I've previously named and connected these bulbs before to the Hue bridge, that's why you can see the names here. Next, we're going to group these lights into different rooms, and later on, within each room, you can group them into different zones. It really depends on your setup, but for me, all my lights right here are in one single room, so I'm going to group all of them into one room, and I'm going to call it Min Studio. You can name your room and choose from this wide array of icons for the icon that fits your room. We go ahead to drag the lights into the room to add it in. Next, we'll be creating different zones in the room so that I can control the lights in different sections of my room. We'll be grouping these 3 lights into a zone and call it Studio. And for the rest of the lights over there at the bed section, I'm going to group them into a zone and call it Bed. I know all these might seem like it's too much effort, but trust me, it's worth it, especially if you want to control everything on your smartphone with just a tap of a button. It'll just make your life easier and more fun. Once we're done grouping the lights, we can start setting up light scenes. There's an entire gallery of scenes that you can try out and pick the ones that you like Honolulu right here. And we're testing it out. Do we like it? I mean, I guess it's okay. And then we can add it to my scenes. You can also create your own scenes and customize the colors. And once you're done adding all your favorite scenes, we get to the fun part, the voice commands. This is step 3. Go to settings, click voice assistant and choose your voice assistant. For me, it's Siri HomeKit, and we follow the instructions again to set it up. They're now asking us to scan the HomeKit code on the Hue bridge, which is what I'm gonna do. Once it's all connected, we can go into HomeKit and we can see all the lights there. And it works! Just tap onto whatever light that you want to turn on, like the one back there, and you can even go in to change the colors to red, or you can change it to blue. Really, anything you want is on the color wheel here. It is turning green, and then red, and then purple. We can now go back to the Hue app to export your scenes into HomeKit. Tap on those 3 dots and name the scene. I call mine LUMOS maxima so that I can get Siri to trigger my lights whenever I say that. And ta-da! Here we are! You should be able to see all your favorite scenes in your HomeKit app, and then you just click on it to turn on the lights. Click on this, change it, all set. Once you say, "Hey Siri, LUMOS maxima,"
Set the LUMOS maxima scene in your min room home?
Yes!
LUMOS maxima coming up.
And there we go! Even though my watch answer is instead of my phone, but yeah, here it is! Siri just turned on the lights for me, like magic. But that's not all. If you stay with me, I promise you will love this. Wouldn't it be magical if you came home at 4 AM, it's all dark, you're tired, you don't want to say bloody LUMOS maxima just to turn your lights on? However, your lights are switched on, just for you, welcoming you home. I like to call that step 4, automations. So on the HomeKit app, click the plus icon and add automations. Select people arrive, and here's where you can customize. AKA, this is where I'll be telling HomeKit that, hey, when the first person arrives at the location home, between the time 7 PM and 5 AM, nope, what if I came home at 6 AM? And that is still dark. So yep, between these times, HomeKit will be turning on the LUMOS Maxima scene. You can also add other accessories and convert this to shortcut. I'm basically telling Siri that, hey, when I arrive home after dark in the evening, please turn on the lights for me so that I don't have to. I'll be naming this Arrive Home at Evening just for my reference. I'll be doing something similar for the create scene so that when I'm home and it's 10 PM, that it will actually change the lights to the create scene. So this actually reminds me that, hey, it's 10 PM, it's close to bedtime, and number 2, because I actually love working under these mood lights. I will be creating another scene where it's 12 AM, my bedtime, to once again remind me that it's 12. I'll be turning off the studio lights and changing the bed lights to red. Because apparently red colored lights help us sleep better. I don't know. A few things to note, nowadays there are a ton of options when it comes to smart lights, so you might want to do a bit of research before deciding which brands to buy. Some come with a bridge just like mine, some without. Hubs typically use Zigbee system, which is supposed to be more reliable, so it'll be great if you're controlling like 50 bulbs, but then again, hubs are expensive. You also have to consider what phones you're using, because some smart systems work super well with Alexa, Google Home, and not Apple HomeKit. I went with Philips Hue because it was one of the first brands that came out, and everything is so well integrated into HomeKit, and I can just go into HomeKit and control everything, all my smart lights, my smart speakers. So yeah, it just works very, very well with my system. But some cons is that sometimes Philips Hue app doesn't talk very well with HomeKit.
Yes. I'm sorry. I can't find that scene in the current home.
But thank God, nowadays this doesn't happen that much anymore. Anyway, if it's not working properly in HomeKit, just go to the Hue app, settings, voice assistant, and click settings, and sync the setting so that all the lights are updated. I hope you learned something. I want to know if you are into smart homes or not. And if you're interested in any of them, everything will be linked in the description box below. For now, Nux! Subscribe for more, it really does help the channel. Stay maintained, Cherry. Goodbye!